Now dealing with Cukes, Magnificent Seven, me and him had a brief talk about this conversation. And the only way I knew it was Cukes for sure, the Blue Ace Deuce and his voice. I always knew it was him since I've been on YouTube for the last 7, 8 years, but I didn't have no evidence. But once he mentioned the Halcyonas, I knew I had my evidence. I would never ever bring charges on nobody without evidence. I don't care if I know for a fact you did it, but if I don't have nothing to back it up, just like King Baba Louie, if you ain't got nothing to back it up, you might as well shut up. And that's how I feel. Shut up or have something to back it up. Anyway, I'm gonna just go into it very briefly. I'm not gonna give you full details. The Bounty Hunters and Pirus hooked up in the Nickerson Garden and marched to Red Roger Park. When they marched to Red Roger Park, they ran into the Bishops. And when we hooked up with the Bishops, some guy that we didn't know from nowhere walked up right between us and asked us, were we Crips? What do you think happened to that guy and his Blue Ace Deuce? I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm not gonna go no farther than that. But I will say this much. That guy with that Blue Ace Deuce, he came back. And there was a big Crip and blood. Well, we wasn't blood at the time. It was a big Crip and those who are against Crips, war. And we all went to jail, or the majority of us went to jail, or half of us went to jail. But we went to jail because the sheriffs beat all our butts and took us down to Firestone Sheriff Station. And my mother came and got me out the next morning. I was only 16 at the time. I believe Cukes had to be 17. But it's one thing that I do admire about Cukes is that he confessed it, that he know the Halcyonas didn't have nothing coming back then. The Halcyonas wasn't even on the map. Halcyonas always been our territory. When I say our territory, I'm talking about the Bounty Hunters territory. Halcyonas never went to war with nobody in 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. It was always bounty hunters of Watts that was going to war.
Was the Bishops in the haciendas? Was that their turf?
No,
Okay.
We met the Bishops inside the park. The Ludus Park came and met us inside the Nickerson Garden, and we walked through the Halcyonas. And Cukes probably thought because we came through a Halcyona that we was Halcyona Village Boys, or because we went back that way, we was Halcyona Village Boys. But no, we was always bounty hunters in Halcyona's territory, which was our patrolling. We patrolled that to the fullest. Halcyonas don't even have enough people. They don't even, in the 70s, you can't even name a real reputable person that the Crips know from the Halcyonas that got into it with them. You can't find no Joe Barkers in the Halcyonas. You can't find no Ray Boyce in the Halcyonas. Come on, man. You can't find no Junior Thomas or Kenny Trash in the Halcyonas. They don't exist. And the reason why? Because the Nickerson Garden is the backbone of Watts when it comes to pushing the line against the Crips, not the Halcyonas. They didn't exist. The only thing they can do is observe and spectate. And that's all they can do is learn how we fish. You know, sometimes it's better to teach a man how to fish than to give him a fish. And that's how the Halcyonas had to learn.